Hello everybody, my name is 711 and welcome to the semi-final game of the Pokemon Battle Association Season 8. This battle is against Corey, and Corey is an outstanding battler. I have to be playing exceptionally well in order to win, and this guy actually went 10-0. He did not lose a single game in the regular season, and he is doing pretty well in the in the playoffs. So that means that, well, that means that Corey has his best challenge yet, his biggest challenge yet. Pittsburgh Thunderbolts. So this week I brought Katara, I brought Fabulous, brought Bronson, brought Nugget, brought Tai Lung, and I brought Night Thief. So if you look at his team, he doesn't have a whole lot of special attackers that, unless they're set up a good bit. So that's important to note. He has a lot of physical threats, and so at first I wasn't going to bring Katara because he has Galvantula and he has Tangrowth that he didn't actually bring. But then it's like, you know what? He walls so many things. So why not? And then Fabulous really destroys his Regenerator core with Slowking and Tangrowth, which he didn't bring. So that can be used as a sack perhaps later. We have Bronson, an autotomized setup sweeper. We have Nugget. Nugget can potentially hazard stack. I have Toxic Spikes, and he has no way to remove Toxic Spikes. We have Tai Lung, and we have Night Thief. So without further ado, let's start this battle, and let's see how this battle went down. I'm going to put on slow. So first I lead off with Nugget to get those hazards up, as he leads with Melody, his Mega Altaria. He Mega Evolves and goes for the Flamethrower as I click my Toxic Spikes. I was considering going for the Gyro Ball right there, but I didn't feel like I needed to. I felt that the Toxic Spikes were more important in the long run. So I do go into Katara here, and I do get burned from the Flame Orb, so now Katara is here to wall a lot of stuff. So he goes into Air Force 1 here, and Toxic is not going to do anything. That was kind of a poor prep on my part, really, bringing Toxic and Toxic Spikes. Oh well, so there's a Leech Seed, he missed, and here's my Sun here, and I can set up my other Toxic Spike, and I'm going to see what my Sun is going to do. Goes for the V-Create, so I don't know if he's banded or scarfed. I assume he's scarfed. I do assume that he's scarfed, and so I go into Bronson, and I click Autotomize, and I realize, oh wait a minute, I'm faster already. And V-Create actually one-shots. So that was a major blunder on my part. I didn't think he would be... I thought I would live it on the assumption that he was scarfed, but okay. So Night Thief is actually Focus Sash here, and so I get a free knockoff on anything, and there's the Rocky Helmet. So that's annoying. So I know that Night Thief can't do too much to Whitney, so I decide to swap out into Tai Lung here as Whitney goes for Stealth Rock. Corey is very good at using Whitney, and you can see that there. So I do go for the close combat here to take out the Miltank, but he switched into Mega Altaria, who eats that quite nicely. So I go for Volt Switch here, and I believe I go into my Milotic here. Yes, I do. That is fine, and so Return is not going to do anything at all. And I decide to click Recover here so that Katara can get up to full health, as Air Force 1 comes out once again. So there's the Recover, the aforementioned Recover, And I'm at pretty good health here, and I go for a Scald. It does not do much damage. I see that this is a specially defensive Celesteela, and goes for Earthquake. So, and I'm very pleased that Earthquake is only doing 6%, but I'm not doing anything to it. So I switch out, and he goes for another Leech Seed. Very good play by Corey. So I'm going to go for the Heat Wave here, and that does a solid 40%, which I'm pretty excited about. Heavy Slam does not knock me out. And I do a little bit of misplaying here. I need to see how much, if anything, I can actually recover if I Roost here. And there's another Heavy Slam, and I'm actually going to be right back where I started. And so I click Roost one more time, just to see if I can get a little more health back, but it turns out that even with the burn damage, which is negating leftovers, Air Force 1 is getting Leech Seed back, and I miss a Heat Wave there. I miss a Heat Wave, there goes another Heavy Slam, and that really stinks because it's 95% accurate, and there's a miss. So, Corey missed a Leech Seed, which is 90% accurate. I missed a Heat Wave, which is 95% accurate. So I try my luck here. Here's a Plasma Fits. I try my luck here, and you know what I go for? I go for the Iron Tail. And it's really interesting because Zeraora Tai Lung doesn't even actually have a tail, per se. It's like an extra long ponytail. So I do click Volt Switch here onto my son, and Katara is in here, and he goes for the U-turn. He really took his time on this turn. I thought he was going to go into the van. I thought he was going to go into Galvantula, which did not happen. He went out into Air Force 1, and I click Recover again. And he clicks Leech Seed, and it lands. So we are back to square one with this big bulky Pokemon. I'm not getting really anywhere. So what I do here is I click Recover just so that I'm at fairly high health, and then I'm going to switch out. And I'm going to switch into Night Thief, but he reads that, clicks Heavy Slam, and down goes Night Thief. So that was pretty annoying. I thought he would go for something else, but he didn't. And we see that he gets a special defense boost, but that does allow me to bring in Zeraora. And here's Whitney. He's just going to sack Whitney at this point, and Tai Lung can easily knock out Whitney with 2 Plasma Fists. There's no need at this point to go for close combat, and Whitney does go down. So now here is Tai Lung sitting out here, and in comes Galvantula. I was a little surprised about seeing Galvantula here, and this is a part that really gets annoying here, is that Plasma Fist does not quite one-shot. And I need a slightly higher roll than last time, and I get an even lower roll. So that 16 HP that Corey put into Charlotte, the Galvantula, really made all the difference because now I have a lot less health. So that was exceptionally annoying. And now the Shucka Berry on Tai Lung is not going to do anything. So now here is John, and Katara eats those, and unfortunately now I'm kind of forced to click Recover as Air Force 1 comes right back in, and Katara is in to stay. It would be kind of neat if I switched into Zeraora here, but oh well. As you can see, Scald is really not doing much at all. And this battle, these few turns is going to just last a little longer. I need to see how much damage I can get on this thing. I'm really not getting anywhere. So really, the only chance of me surviving is if I switch into Tai Lung on the Stealth Rock and the Sticky Web, and somehow live any move that he's going to hit me with. Now it is a burned Air Force 1, But even with the burn and the Shucca Berry, I'm not going to live in Earthquake. So that was highly unfortunate. I'm doing the calc, so the only way that I can win is if he switches out as I switch out. That's the only way that I can win. So there's a hidden power, probably hidden power fire, and let's see what he's going to do here. I do recover. No, this is the turn that I switch into Tai Lung. Can I live a hit? Is he gonna switch? There's a Shucca Berry, and I do not live. And so that is the game, because I know that Katara is going to be stalled out of recovers, and unfortunately, Sea Dog does win the battle. I respectfully forfeited at this point, and that's the end of the battle. So great game to Corey. You played very, very well. Your prep was excellent. I am going to say here that I actually had Magic Coat on Katara, but then I switched it for Toxic. But if I had Magic Coat and I Magic Coat bounced back Air Force One's Leech Seed, then perhaps Katara could have forced some switches, and then Katara could have, been more useful. But unfortunately, I didn't do that. Who knows if that would have made the difference, but ultimately the turns that really mattered were this turn, whenever I got like a medium roll right there, and there's the Toxic racking up a little bit, and then I was unable to get a slightly high roll there. I got a min roll there, and only because of that turn did Tai Lung get a very powerful Bug Buzz right there. And then, yeah, from there, shucks. From there, John, who is actually Scarfed, Corey told me after the battle, I could close combat the Mamoswine, and then I could Plasma Fist the Victini, and I can I can just beat out everything else with Zeraora. So that was a really unfortunate battle, that just the way that the rolls worked. A little bit of hacks because of the little extra bulk on Galvantula. Because of the little extra bulk on Galvantula, the Heat Wave miss on Celesteela ended up not mattering, because Scald was doing just about as much damage as Leech Seeker was recovering back. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll just have you know, guys, that whenever Corey Corey advances to the finals, congratulations to Corey, hats off to you. I will put the final battle up on the channel, so I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I will let you guys know how the PBA Season 8 ends up, and I will see you guys later. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like this video, comment on this video, share it with your friends, click subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you all later. Peace.